Okay, so I've got the Blackstar amp with a 12. This is a 12 AT7 in the preamp, and it's hooked up to the Blackstar speaker right now. This is the head up here. I took it out of the back. There's a 12 AT7 in here. ISF is all the way on 10, which is the Marshall. So I have the stock Blackstar speaker in here, and then there's a V-30 in the Marshall SL5, and I'll switch back and forth between the two. I have nothing on right now. It's just guitar into the amp and that's clean. And if I go, that's with the gain halfway up and everything at noon with the ISF on 10. No reverb. Back off the treble. This is a little too much treble for me. The bass is, everything's upside down. Bass is at about 6, or let's say, I should use clock. Bass is at 1 o'clock. The middle is at mids at 12 o'clock, and treble is at just about 10 o'clock. I just rolled it off a little bit. Maybe not even, maybe 11 o'clock. It's just. And that's just using the volume knob. So if I take the gain down to about 9 o'clock. So let's put the ISF right at noon, which is right in the middle. And then we'll go ISF at 0. Gain is dime. So I'm backing off the gain to about 6 o'clock. No, about 1 o'clock, I'm sorry. It's upside down. And let's put the ISF back to the middle. ISF is back in Marshall on 10. ISF at noon. ISF at 0. So I'm now I'm plugged into the Vintage 30 in the SL5. Same settings as before. The clean just I mean, I haven't touched the clean. Everything sounds fuller to me. And here's, I haven't touched the gain at all. So we're starting out with the gain low. ISF is in the middle. Treble is exactly where it was before. So let's put everything back to noon. Everything's at noon right now, and I'll put the gain to noon. And lower the volume just a touch. So this is definitely louder. I mean, I've turned the volume down. This V-30, it could be the cabinet, it's a closed back cabinet in this Marshall, but I think the speaker is just better. This is everything at noon, but the volume. So the volume, the gain is now at, what is it, at 3 o'clock? So. Gain dime. Even with the gain dimed, I can still use the volume knob on the guitar and have some picking dynamics here. None of the pedals are on right now, so I'm gonna still bring the gain back to noon right now. It's still a little too gainy for me. I can, if I need that much gain, I'll hit a pedal. So what I'm gonna do is take the ISF to 10, Marshall, and then everything's still at noon. Gain at noon. Still too much high end for me. I like it a little attenuated. That's about what I like, which is just rolling the highs. Bass is at noon, middle is just below noon, and the treble is rolled off to about 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30, something like that. Some middle pickup. Alright, so let's roll the gain down just a little bit more. And let's take the ISF all the way to 0. ISF on 0 and the gain at at 3 o'clock, so almost dimed. I got a lot of noise because I'm standing right next to the amp, but ISF in noon. ISF back in Marshall. ISF gonna go over to Fender or 0. Now let's try it out with a Stratocaster, Fender, Strat, nothing special. 57 reissue with a DiMarzio chopper in the bridge. Put the gain up to noon, and let's put a little everything back to noon. Yep, and ISF at noon too. All right, that's pretty trebly. So let's go ISF to 10, Marshall. Do ISF at 0. Still pretty barky from me. I'm gonna attenuate that treble. The gain up to about 1 o'clock. ISF is in the middle. And at 10. Now with the gain dime. Okay, back again. Now I've got same setting that I just had. Now we're in the Blackstar speaker with the Stratocaster. Sounds very boxy. And I know it probably doesn't sound, but it also doesn't sound as loud as the V-30. The speaker just doesn't sound as full to me. It doesn't sound as three-dimensional. So right now ISF is on 10. Let's put everything back to the middle where we had it. And gain in the middle. It sounds like a toy to me. ISF on 0. At noon. At 10. Yeah, it just, that speaker to me is just, I mean, it's probably cool if you're going for like a toy sound. I don't have a fuzz hooked up, but it sounds a little fuzzy. Attenuated the treble again. ISF is still on 10, and I'll dime the gain. Now it just sounds muffled. So if I dime everything, now it's ice pick in the ear. That's with all the tones up. Which someone online said that sounded good. Maybe it does for them. For me, it fucking sounds horrible. But so I'm just trying to get a passable sound here. So the gain, I'm really just not liking that speaker at all. It just sounds really like toyish, which is cool for an effect. But to be stuck with that all night. Yeah, that's just, the Blackstar's just not doing it for me, so that speaker's gonna go. I do like the tube that I changed. It's just not cutting it for me. But you make up your own mind, so there it is.